Greetings to all my dear friends and football enthusiasts. I bring exciting news from the world of football on this April 9, 2023. Next week, the European Cup matches will resume with a bang. Yesterday, some of the biggest teams played outside their leagues to become the champions and secure a top 4 position. The early matches have yielded some great results, and I am here to update you on all of them. In today's hot news from the world of literature, chemistry, and music, the top 4 race is not only intense in Kuro, but also in other leagues. Yesterday, all 3 teams of Newcastle, Manchester, and MU Stadium played their hearts out. Manchester was the first team to play and they secured a convincing victory with a score of 2-0. 2 goals from Scotch Markamina and Anthony Marion were enough to get them the win. They are now ready for the quarterfinals of the Europa League, where they will face Seville. Meanwhile, Tottenham Hotspur and Newcastle experienced much harder matches than the home team. Newcastle's Bento took the lead, but then the shine of Isaacs helped them to win. They maintained the third wallet remaining. Tottenham Hotspur also got the win, but only after losing Ryan Ball on the field. The away team's house caused a lot of difficulties for both teams, but then the home team finally got it. The shine of Rolason, along with the efforts of Min Deer and Harry Kane, helped them secure the win. The umpire had a good hand in this match and it proved to be very beneficial for Tottenham. So, temporarily, Newcastle will be in the 4th position, while Manchester United continues to stay in the top 4. According to Tottenham Hotspur, Brighton has lagged behind and even lost the 6th place to Arsenal's hand. Chelsea was disappointed on Freyafar Day as they played as guests before God. It was their first match since coming back, but they did not perform noticeably better. Even when the player was likened to the son of Final Park, Nation Mouth, he was not present in the list of registrations for the chance competition. The chances are still available for old players, but despite Chelsea replacing as many players as possible, they could not bring any results. They lost 0-1 with the only goal coming in at the end of the first half due to the loss of Lunas. This leaves them standing in the second half of the chart and not much has changed in their position or spirit to fight. Netherlands came back to help Man City win big on their march to the yard of Southampton. Manchester City welcomed the return of Lin Ha, the Norwegian striker, who immediately left a mark with a double victory. His victory included the second javelin, which was truly a beautiful masterpiece, along with another jack finish. Manchester City won boldly, Southern with a score of 4-1 and entered the draw to shorten the gap with Arsenal to 5 points. More importantly, Man City has had the perfect momentum for the match against Bayern Munich at the Jussage and they scored again after a series of disappointing days. Messi shone again in his shirt for Paris Saint-Germain in the match against the night list through Messi, who opened the scoring early for Paris Saint-Germain. In the end, it was a 3-0 win for them. The Paris capital team is more secure in the championship race. Real Madrid lost again and continued to express disappointment and displeasure, often in La Liga during the visit. The customer hasn't delivered yet because of Arian the Vulture already opened the scoring thanks to Portal's own goal. Although it was removed shortly after, the Lace continued leading in the second half with many goals of Vinicius. Since Varian has played extremely well, they had a comeback thanks to 2 late goals from Montaigne and Juric to be able to determine victory. This 3-2 win is extremely big with Villarreal top 4, but with Real Madrid, it looks like they have given their early congratulations for the next week. Arsenal has created a historic milestone in the match against Price. They got a chance from pass. Evan Perisic, the Korean star, got the ball and took a few beats before throwing a ZD from the outside. The forbidden ball followed an impossible trajectory, blocking and blowing up any Titan's net. Despite the goalkeeper's attempt to fly, it still went in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a liquid Heine lipstick. This is his 100th goal in the Premier League after 260 appearances for Tottenham. This is the 7th merit of the former star of Lavilia in the season 2003-04. That took him to record after entering the ice practice. The previous bench, the Korean striker Kwak, created a series of statistics as impressive as the first Asian player won the title of top scorer in the field. He is the Asian player with the highest ranking for the race of the Golden Man and the first Asian player to hit the milestone of 50 kilograms. Even though this season is not as explosive as the one before, he still knows how to speak up to the level of being so bright lately. It is important for Tottenham Hotspur to beat their competitors and still hope in the race to the top four. Due to Rashford's injury, the point has been made that the tight schedule is the main reason for the concussion. He was injured in MU's 2-0 victory for Everton. The Dutch military leader divided, "We have to wait for him to look well again. It's because of the schedule that he can't play 3 games for 6 days. Okay, the player cannot recover in time, and there is a high risk of injury. They must receive proper care. We are aware of it. We must protect all my players. You want to be like the best player on the pitch, you want to watch the best football, the most interesting, but the team is not always there. There are always the best players." In the 78th minute, Rashford was out due to signs of human fetal distress when having pain in the thigh area. In the middle of next week, Manchester news for the important match in the quarter-finals of the Europa League meet 7. So, the coach has a reason to be angry when Rashford's injury came at the wrong time. In the case of Rashford's condition becoming heavy, Manchester will suffer extreme losses. Hsien Truong was criticized again for being weak. Hsien Truong recently caused Steven to despair when he missed the penalty, which caused Haiphong to be disqualified. When V-League returns to player, this is being complained about the super coach. The weak physical strength of the spring school is the reason why he can't start at the club. Ministry of Haiphong, when Haiphong club lost its position, their piece is central midfield. Hsien Truong entered the field from the previous match, but his physical strength does not reach the position needed. I put the school in 60 minutes because he has better volleyball, but the weak point is contention. The school was brought in for 60 minutes because he can launch it, but I needed him at the beginning of the game before Steele. Anyway, just past Hsien Truong also performed better and trained. Coach Chu Din Niyum encourages him. Now he is satisfied with Hsien Truong, who always moves the ball and helps the team play softer. Today, the first match, your first in the V-League since transferring to Haiphong club to recruit. The player of the Vietnamese team was injured at the beginning of the season and could not play in the early stages of the V-League match. Recently, Haiphong drew with the club evenly. The referee made noise again in the V-League when the incident at the Battle of Con Hoa Nam Dinh Nhiet. It is crawling through the V-League and witnessing the controversial ball in the match between the Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi clubs in the 38th minute. Referee Mr. Nguyen Lam Min posted that he did not wave the offside flag in the goal phase of Lucas Vinilas Ha Internal FC. This makes the players of the Ho Chi Minh City Club out members to react. They think that player number 7 has planted an offside position before scoring. The referee Nguyen Tai Din had to run to Bien Street to intervene after the goal was conceded of the away team. 2 focuses on transmission. The picture shows that the line referee seems to have made a mistake of Vinex standing under the defense of the opponent about 1/3 of the body when Van Quiet passed the ball to him. Ho Chi Minh's ministry has reason to react and they come to lose a table this match despite the fact that their team is not playing the semi-finals. How much problem does this create, whenever they meet Hanoi FC? This is being discussed on social networks towards the club Ha Internal. Victory on the field of unity helps them temporarily lead after a year with 11 points. They have equal points with Ton Hoa Club. Ho Chi Minh City Club is still only 3 points more than the SHB Da 1-point club. Thank you all for following today's football news. It was my pleasure to keep you updated. See you soon.